Hi, Dr. Disha. It's a pleasure to have you on Enviroverse podcast, Venita Vlogs.
Thank you, Neha. I'm so happy to be here today with you and your community. Thank you for having me.
We know that good health is a boon, and when you are healthy, you are able to adapt to social, physical, or mental challenges that you are exposed to in your life. And doctors are the ones who gives us confidence that our health is in our hands. And when not, they are the ones who bring it back. And one such person is Dr. Disha. So, before breaking some myths on women's health and know about some healthy habits, I would request you to share about your journey, your motivation and challenges, and starting True Healing.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about something I'm so passionate about, and that is women's hormones and women's health. And this is not a coincidence that I'm so passionate about this topic. And because it came out of my own life journey. So
Okay.
the reason I'm so passionate about this topic is because I was myself in this situation a couple of years back when my hormones were completely not working. So if you want to picture me in my mid 30s, my life went into a total hormonal collapse. My body went into a total hormonal collapse, and so did my life. If you want to picture me at that time, I was almost 90 kg in weight. My skin was
Yeah.
filled with acne, the painful cystic pustular acne, my face,
Yeah.
my hands, and I was not getting my cycles, and not even once in a year, maybe. Okay.
Hmm.
And I was also diagnosed with premature menopause, autoimmune thyroid, full blown diabetes.
Oh,
And the kind of treatment given to me was just birth control pills and thyroid pill, which was not helping me. And the prognosis given to me was also very gloomy.
hmm.
It was a future filled with medications and no hope, literally no hope.
Okay.
And that was a turning point in my life, Neha, when I I was forced to take a break from my practice and figure this out.
Hmm.
And something inside me said that this is not my future.
Right.
And I had to take a break from my practice, and I put myself into researching anywhere and everywhere I could. I got inspired by a lot of things at that time, and I literally used myself as a guinea pig. I did all these experiments on myself, and I started putting up my protocol together. And I'm happy to report that with whatever I did, I could not only permanently reverse my symptoms, 20 kg weight just melted off my body. My
Wow.
skin, as you see, can completely cleared
Yeah.
up, completely cleared up.
It's
And
glowing.
if you get to meet me, I'm proud to share my skin to you because it's like remains completely clear all month long. And not only that, I got my healthy regular period cycle back.
Hmm.
And I could even achieve a healthy pregnancy in my 40s, which is supposed to be an advanced stage.
Right.
So after this, I couldn't go back to doing what I used to do. I thought that if it's working for me, it must be working for so many other women also. And when my clients started coming to me with all kind of issues, polycystic ovaries, period problems, major PMS, weight issues, infertility, and I
Right.
started applying the protocol, and their problems will go away. You won't believe, Neha, I have seen polycystic ovaries vanish.
Okay.
Okay. I've seen ovarian cysts melt away. I've seen fibroid shrink in size, autoimmune disease put to complete remission. Women
Okay.
have lost like tons of weight, like in the range of 15 to 20 kgs, healthy weight loss. So
Hmm.
many women have come out of birth control pills. And
Okay.
even, I have even helped people with failed IVF conceive naturally with my
Hmm.
protocol. So I am so happy that it's my own personal journey and I get to share it with other women. And I absolutely love my work. And this solution to my problem became True Healing Protocol.
First of all, thank you so much for sharing about your journey on our platform. And I'm getting goosebumps, hearing your story that you went through so much things and you came out so nicely and now you have started True Healing. So it's so motivation and for other women also, the ones who are going through these phases, if they hear this, I mean, they will get motivated that yes, everything can get cured.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, my story is not unique, Neha. Women are suffering. We have
Right.
an epidemic going on in the world of women's health.
Mm-hmm.
According to statistics, 75% of women have some kind of hormone imbalance going on. And I can easily tell you that in India, more than 50% are not even talking about it. Okay.
Right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know like how many women are suffering. And I am here, I have made it my mission and passion to help women who are open to, healing and becoming a better version of themselves.
All the best to you that you are able to reach out to lots and lots of women and help them overcome these things. As you are talking about period problems and hormonal imbalances, so the most common problem in every woman's life is period pains. But when we talk about period pains, our parents mention about this to be a normal occurrence during period, right? So I just want to know, is this a myth?
Absolutely. It is a very big myth that your periods are supposed to be painful or crampy, or you should have PMS and mood changes. This is not just a myth, it's actually a very dangerous myth. Okay. So,
Okay.
first of all, I'll tell you about the period pain. So,
Mhm.
I will be talking in the language of hormones. You can explain it from many ways, but I will be talking in the language of hormones, which is my zone of genius. Okay.
Right.
So, what is going on in the body when your periods are going on? In a state of health, there are three prostaglandins released in the body: PGE1, PGE2, and PGE3. Now,
Okay.
PGE2 is the only prostaglandin which causes cramps and period pains. It actually causes spasm of the uterine muscles. But the PGE1 and E3 are actually antispasmodic. Okay, so there are two painkillers prostaglandins, and there is just one pain causing prostaglandin. So, in a
Okay.
state of health, the painkillers overpower the pain-causing prostaglandins, and your periods are not supposed to be painful at all.
Okay.
Okay, you can feel that your uterus is acting up, and you may feel a need to take more rest, but you should not feel the pain in a state of health.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're feeling period cramps, it's a sign that you have hormone imbalance, problem in prostaglandin metabolism, and that can be holistically corrected with healing the endocrine system. And why it's a serious problem and why you should not ignore it. Now, this part is very important, Neha, and I will appreciate if you could understand it and if you can, share it with other women.
Yes.
But why it's a serious problem and why you don't want to ignore your period pain and PMS? Because if it is left untreated, there's a scientific proof that it increases your chances of having bigger diseases in later life, like full blown diabetes, blood pressure,
Mm-hmm.
thyroid disease, autoimmune disease, and even cancers.
Okay.
And this is not just my opinion, there is scientific proof. I think in 2009, National Institute of Health published a very important study called Biocycle Study. And this study lets us know that if you have a kind of a period problem in your 20s and 30s, something as simple as irregular periods, painful periods, PMS, the things which we consider normal and kind of joke around, isn't it?
Right.
I know I've had a first-hand experience with this, and I see so many clients because we ignore uh,
Yeah.
the initial signals. We kind of think normalize them, like the
Mm-hmm.
society tells us that okay, it's normal to have PCOS, and it's normal to have cramps. It's normal to have postpartum blues after delivering the baby. It's normal to go for IVF treatment. These things are not normal, and they are not, they are doing this kind of mindset is doing a great disservice to us because it is not setting us up for a long term health and vitality which we all deserve, because it's very easy to treat period problems then go on to treating these bigger diseases, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that
Right.
is the reason I take time out and go and meet women and talk to them, because if I can change one woman's life also, I think it's my
Right.
purpose is accomplished. And I have had the honor and privilege to help so many women. I find myself very lucky.
We are born and brought up like this only, that period cramps are normal to have when you are having periods. And I also have that. But listening to you and hearing all these things, I am getting my mind cleared. And so that's what I want for other women as well. How do you cure it?
I do it in a very scientific way. The first step is to do the right kind of blood test to look into
Okay.
the root cause of the problem, and
Mm-hmm.
then see which area of endocrine system is out of balance, and then balance it naturally with diet changes, lifestyle changes, natural supplements, detoxification, or whatever else may be required.
How can you have your healthy periods, right?
Healthy period is, first of all, you should even know like what a healthy period looks like, right? A healthy period should come every month around 26 to 32 day cycle, somewhere
Mm.
between that. The bleeding should last for maybe 4 to 7 days, not less, not more. Ideally, it should start with a flow. It should not start with a spotting. Some people can have a premenstrual spotting and postmenstrual spotting kind of thing. That is not good. It should start with a flow. The color should be ideally cranberry juice, cranberry pink, bright pink in color. It should not be too dark or too light. And of course, it should be painless. There should not be any mood changes. There should not be any bloating, any breast tenderness. And it should go on smoothly. Like I told you, there may be a desire to take rest, but it should not be painful. And I'm so proud to tell you that now I have such a perfect period cycle. I can brag about it. I literally brag about it all the time. My period, it's like a clockwork. It's like it comes in every 28 days and absolutely painless. And it's like textbook picture now. And all of us can achieve that. It's our birthright to have a healthy period. Because healthy period, it's a sign that you're in alignment with your, not just with your hormones, but also with your passion and purpose in life. Your period cycle is a reflection of your own life cycle, whole life cycle. Okay. So your periods are not just something going on in your below your waist. Okay. It is actually a conversation happening between your brain and your ovaries every month.
Right.
And, your period, healing your period is the biggest part of healing your femininity and your womanhood. And all women are capable of having a healthy period if they choose to, if they work on it.
Right. So this is for the first time I'm, hearing about opening up so much about the period problems, and how you said that you can brand about it. So that's lovely to hear. As you talk about, IVF part as well. So, cure of infertility is also taken mostly towards IVF. So, is this the only options available?
IVF is a great technology. It has actually helped so many women to become mothers. It has fulfilled the dream of so many women to become mother, and I appreciate it and I love technology. But IVF is required, like it should be done only when it is indicated. What I feel is we have kind of taken it too far. Women are doing IVF for PCOS and thyroid problems and unexplained infertility. It's the things which can be very easily healed by balancing the hormones and healing the body. Okay. And not to mention that IVF is not as glamorous as it sounds, right? We think that it's a glamorous thing. Celebrities are doing it all the time. But the truth is something else. The truth is that it is highly unnatural, extremely draining physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. And the success rate of IVF is very, very low. Do you know what is the success rate of IVF?
So I don't know the exact number, but as far as I know, it's very less.
It's very less. It may be close to 20%, maybe. Okay.
Okay.
So women go through multiple failed cycles, and we don't even know what are the repercussions of having so much synthetic hormone exposure on women's endocrine system, long-term exposure. The drugs we use for ovulation induction, like Clomid and all, we know that they increase the risk of ovarian cancers if used over long term. So these are not some things very good for our health. But my major concern is the kind of babies which we are producing with IVF.
Okay.
Because, see, Neha, in nature, healthy people reproduce. That is a rule. Now, if the pregnancy is not happening, there is a good reason behind it. And the reason is you have an unhealthy body. So instead of healing the body, if you just go on to creating a pregnancy with IVF, and you can do that if you're young, you have money, you have technology, you can do that. But the kind of baby you will be producing, do you know so many women with IVF do not even carry the pregnancy to 9 months. They have ectopic pregnancies, they have miscarriages, and the baby refuses to grow in the body because the root cause of why they needed the IVF in the first place and the root cause why the baby did not grow in their body is the same. So even if you want to go for an IVF for whatever personal reasons, I'm not against IVF, Sometimes it may be indicated like a bilateral tubal blockage or something. There is an indication of IVF. But if you just heal your body before doing IVF, you will conceive in one shot, first of all. And secondly, you will be passing on a healthy body to your baby, which is my most important message.
As far as I understand, so IVF should be your, last resort kind of thing.
There are some indications for IVF, people with like bilateral tubal blockage or some personal reasons. There are indications for IVF. It's not the technology is bad, like using it for inappropriate things. Like so many PCOS women are going for IVF. PCOS is so easily curable with my protocol. I tell you, I see PCOS women all the time healing their bodies, even in their late 30s, and conceiving naturally and carrying the big pregnancy 9 months and delivering with me healthy, beautiful babies, thyroid disease, and there are so many things, unexplained infertility. When your tubes are good, and even if you want to do IVF, I'm saying heal your body first so that you will conceive in one shot and you will pass on a good body to your baby and you'll be able to carry the pregnancy till 9 months. Because if we don't heal our bodies, do you know these days we have babies born with diabetes from the mother's womb?
Oh, I have not.
We have babies born with cancers from the mother's womb. And where is it coming from?
Yeah, so as you said, from mothers only, and from whatever synthetic or unnatural things we are providing to our body.
So it is the hormonal imbalance which is reflecting in the babies. These days, babies have autism, ADD, ADHD, asthma. This is all because of the hormone imbalance in the mother getting transmitted to the baby. That is why I'm a huge, huge fan of healing your hormones and preparing your body for a healthy pregnancy, and make it a very a responsible decision if you want to become a mother, because it's your responsibility to give that soul a healthy body who wants to take birth through you.
So as we are talking about hormones, I think hormones are underrated. Most people don't know about the role and impact of hormones, mood swings. So is PMS a part of normal periods? So what's your thought on this?
Hormones determine everything, yeah. And I never really considered how important hormones are till my own hormones completely broke down in my mid-30s. The thing is that sometimes we don't join the dots. Like if your skin is breaking, do you join the dots that it could be your hormones? Sometimes we say, okay, I need a new skincare regime maybe. Okay. If you're feeling tired, do you join the dot? It could be your hormones.
No.
We say, okay, maybe I need an extra coffee. Okay. So all these things, your mood changes, your weight issues, if your energy is changing, mood is changing, periods are irregular, skin is breaking up, if you're constipated, if your thoughts are changing, if the way you are thinking about the project is changing, everything is hormones. Everything is hormones. And joining the dots help you to heal, because hormones cannot be healed by popping a pill. Hormones are regulated by your endocrine system. And this endocrine system is situated half in the brain and half in the body. So that is the reason I've created this holistic protocol Shito method to treat the entire endocrine system. And you cannot leave your brain out of the equation, because two of your very important glands, pituitary gland and hypothalamus, are situated in the brain.
Right.
Okay, so this is, in my humble opinion, the mind-body connection. So that is the reason it's very important to holistically heal the endocrine system, and these problems which we try to spot treat, like acne, then just use some lotion or potion and creams. This is not the root cause effect. The root cause is deep-seated in your endocrine system, and that can be healed only with a holistic protocol. If you're having mood changes before your periods, it's a sign that you are having too much estrogen and too little progesterone. It's a sign of estrogen dominance. It's a hormone imbalance, and it is the same hormone imbalance which causes full-blown diabetes, blood pressure, and even breast cancers in later life. Okay, so don't want to ignore it. You want to fix it from the root cause. I think what hormonal healing can do for you is it gives you the clarity, and it definitely connects you to your passion and purpose in life. And I have seen it all the time that women who heal with my protocol, I mean, that's a given that they become healthy in the physical body. That is not even a big thing. Okay. Their periods get regular. They they are able to have healthy babies. But something even more beautiful happens to them. They literally get, connected to their passion and purpose in life, and they get the courage to do the things they always wanted to do, which as women, I think, which is the biggest thing to get started, right?
Exactly.
Even if the knowledge is there, something is
Mhm.
blocking us and we don't have the courage, and that healing gives you that courage. And um literally become change agents in the world. That's what I have seen. So
Mhm.
many women who work with me, and this is the most beautiful part of my work. When I see women healing their hormones, it's okay. They will lose weight. They will have clear skin. They will feel good. They will have a healthy cycle or reproduction and everything. But most importantly, they start, like, physical healing leads to mental, emotional healing and connecting
Exactly.
to their purpose in life. And they
Mm.
completely, their life comes into alignment.
Mhm. That's
And
the best
this is
part.
the most beautiful part of my work. Most beautiful.
Right, right. I can understand. So I can say that, when your hormones are healthy, you are healthy. So moving on, we were talking about, birth control pills as well. What are the effects of birth control pills if you are taking it for your period problems?
Yeah, so unfortunately, this is the standard treatment given for period problems. Unfortunately, birth control pills do not solve any problem.
Okay.
They only mask your symptoms.
Mm.
Very beautifully, they mask it, and they actually aggravate the root cause of the problem.
Oh,
It's like that bad. And the bleeding which you get on the birth control pill is not even a period. Do you know that?
no.
It's not the period. It's just the breakthrough bleeding, withdrawal bleeding. It's like fooling yourself that, okay, I'm getting my period kind of thing. It's not, there is no ovulation taking place. There is no beautiful dance of estrogen, progesterone, which gives you your skin health, the glow on your skin, the bone health. All these things are not happening. You're just
Oh.
fooling yourself. Pill gives you a synthetic hormone at a sustained concentration and suppresses your hormones. And when you stop taking the pill, there is some withdrawal bleeding, and you are fooled to believe that this is a period, which is not even a period. So, can you
Mm.
see that birth control pill is not doing anything to heal the body? Plus, they come with a laundry list of side effects, which aggravates the root cause of the problem. So
Mm.
they completely destroy your gut flora. If you take birth control pill for a long time, you are very likely to have immunity issues and fungal infections.
Okay.
It even causes, if long term it's taken, it can even lead to increased risk of certain cancers, liver tumors, polyps, and even mood changes, depression, low energy, low libido. There are a lot of problems. I have written multiple blogs on why birth control pills are not the best treatment for period problems. And I'm talking about it because I'm working with many women who have this condition. People have taken birth control pills like for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years
Oh my
to
God.
mask their PCOS. And then they come to me with completely missing period. Okay. And then we have to really dig deep and clean everything to get their period back.
Oh God.
What people, I had myself taken birth control pills, and I used to take it to mask my acne because it was able to mask my acne. Like I told you, when in my mid 30s, I was having the skin issues. That was the
Oh.
only thing which gave me some relief. And I
Oh.
myself have taken that, and I went into menopause at the age of 35. Why not
Mm.
prevent the damage in the first place if you can?
Right. That will be the best way to treat your body. So if we talk about the pregnancy, post delivery, there are a lot of new changes that happens in woman's body. Are these changes real, or it is a process like which can be healed?
Yeah, these changes are real also, and they can be healed also. So post delivery is a completely different ball game altogether.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different kind of hormone pattern happening in the body when your hormones are an all-time low. Your estrogen and progesterone are super duper low, so that your prolactin can increase and the breastfeeding can be initiated.
Okay.
So this is the time when the woman is very, very vulnerable, and that is why we have an entire, in India, you must be aware, we have an entire code of conduct on how to take care of a post delivery lady for 6 weeks. In our culture,
Right.
even in religion, you will find this kind of things that post delivery, the lady should not be exposed to wind and outside things. And these
Yes.
things are extremely scientific because your body goes into a very, very yin state. You understand yin and yang? So yin is
Mm,
a very cold state of the body, yang is a very hot state, heat state of the body. So
mm,
pregnancy is a yang state when the body has a lot of heat in the body, and post delivery is a yin state when the body becomes very cold. That is why you have to eat certain kind of foods. You have
mm,
to just not be exposed to too many things outside. Definitely you need a lot of rest and recovery. It's very important that other people should come and help the lady at this time, because if you do not take care of your body in a very particular way, there's a
mm,
role of supplementation also at this phase. And if you fail to do that, it can leave your body vulnerable for long term, for like chronic issues like back pain and mm,
mm.
um, stubborn weight issues, and even mood changes and depression and stuff like that. So it's very, very important to take care of the body post delivery. And there is a proper code of conduct in our culture, I feel, but we are losing it. We have kind of lost it. That's what I feel. And I'm trying my bit to bring it back. And I'm
Mm.
so happy to tell you that my clients do not have any kind of postpartum depression, back pains, or any kind of post delivery issues. And they are able to recover beautifully from even normal delivery or even C sections, because your body knows how to heal. Just that you have to provide the right kind of environment to the body to heal.
Mm. Right, right,
So I have created a modified code of conduct for the clients. You also need some supplements, and
right.
of course, there's a role of massage therapy for the woman as well as
Mhm.
the child. But
Right.
telling you that there's a lot of timeless wisdom behind these rituals, and they are actually created for women's well-being only. It is not a kind of suppression or oppression on the women which we take it otherwise. It is
Mm,
actually created, and these kind of conducts appear in the health texts. They do not even appear in the religious texts. So
mm,
there is a lot of spiritual implications, and a lot of physical implications, and they are all designed for women's well-being.
mm.
So, but because there is no proper explanation behind it, we take it
Right.
otherwise, and we are like, if there is no scientific proof, I am
Mm.
not going to do that. So I think we need more people to talk about it in a more scientific way, and
Exactly.
that is what I'm trying to do by integrating the
Mm,
Western and the Eastern sciences. And what I've realized that they need not be in opposition; they can actually work
mm.
together.
Right, right. And that's a very, very good thing you said that, when we ask our mothers or, mother-in-laws that why is this followed? What is the reason behind it? They also don't know actually the scientific reason because they have not questioned any time their elders. But in our generation, we have a questionable mind. So we question everything before we follow it. So it's good to know that you are answering all those questions right now. So, what are the symptoms which women should notice in them to visit a doctor, both for period problems and post delivery?
Any kind of funky thing happening with your period is not normal, like irregular period, missing period, early period, heavy flow, less flow,
Mm.
polycystic ovaries, even spotting before
Mhm.
the period, after the period, bleeding in between the cycle, even infertility or thyroid disease or tiredness, fatigue, sleep issues, mood changes, hair fall, acne. I mean, like, I can go on and on. Any kind of
Mm.
funky thing happening to your body is not normal. It's a sign of hormone imbalance. And you can do the right kind of tests, and you can see the root cause, and you can balance your endocrine system holistically.
So, can you share with us like what protocols, some of the protocols which you follow in your holistic approach, so that whoever is listening can know a bit about it?
Yeah, sure. It's my pleasure. So,
Mhm.
I will give you a little taste of my recipe of my True Healing protocol, which I customize it like from client to client and based on where they are in the cycle. But there
Mm.
are four major pillars of my protocol. So, number one is balancing your blood sugars,
Okay.
which is your insulin.
Hmm.
I'm sure you know about insulin. Everyone knows
Yeah,
about insulin because of
yeah.
diabetes epidemic. Okay,
Right.
so this is number one. Number two is balancing the cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone in the body, Neha. And
Okay.
number three is balancing the estrogen, which is your sex hormone.
Okay.
And number four is when you start living with your menstrual cycle, which I called alignment, which this phase I called alignment with your cycle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the first step of the protocol is balancing the blood sugar, and that has to be the first step, Neha. If you try to do anything else, it can backfire. And
Okay.
I have seen a lot of women doing it wrong. They go for some kind of a detox and juice cleanse without balancing their blood sugars, and
Mm-hmm.
it further depletes their adrenal glands and it does not heal them.
Okay.
So step one is to balance the blood sugars, and we do that initially with adjusting the macronutrients in your diet. So I have created for the nutrition protocol, I have created the Sheeto method. Sheeto method is an acronym for CHEATO. C for cyclic, H for hormonal, E for eliminate inflammatory foods, A for alkaline, and TO is I have taken from keto.
Okay.
Okay, so it is in summary how women should do keto.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is kind of a low glycemic plan, you can say, and you can go to my website and there is free guide available. You can download free guide about Sheeto method and my hormone balancing food guide. So first is we balance the insulin, then we balance the cortisol, then we start working on your adrenal glands. So
Mm-hmm.
adrenal glands are the stress regulation center of the body, and they're also the emotion regulation center of the body. And one of the major reasons why we have this epidemic of polycystic ovaries and thyroid going on is because of stress burnout.
Okay.
So, do you know that your adrenal glands are situated in your mid back on top of your kidneys? And stress is a very vague term, but in True Healing, I talk about stress in a very organic way and how it happens in the adrenal glands in the language of hormones.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you okay with me talking about some science about adrenal glands?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That's really knowledgeable for us.
You love science, right? Okay. Okay. So adrenal glands are very complex glands, and they are like the primitive extensions of the brain. Adrenal glands, unlike brain, do not adapt. Your brain will adapt to your lifestyle that, okay, this is coming, your food, but your adrenal glands are very primitive. They do not adapt, and they do not like it if you do anything to make them unhappy.
Okay.
Okay, so they produce a lot of important hormones, but today, for the sake of this webinar, I'll be talking about two important hormones: cortisol and DHEAS.
Okay.
So, cortisol is your stress hormone, which is acidic, and
Okay.
DHEAS is your mother hormone, which produces all the good reproductive hormones, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, and stuff like that. So, that is the mother hormone. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is your stress and this is your healing mode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So these hormones are the more DHEA, the less cortisol, and vice versa, something like that. So if you are producing too much cortisol, your body goes in a survival mode. Your brain gets a signal that, okay, some threat is going on, tiger
Mm-hmm.
is chasing her life, let me just save her life. And the reproduction, fertility, beauty, all these things can take a backseat. Only when she is alive, then she will think about reproduction and periods and stuff like that, right? So
Right.
this is what is going on. And our adrenal glands do not know that it is a tiger chasing our life or it is a to-do list chasing our life, because they are very primitive. They are not like brain, which
Mm-hmm.
can understand that what is chasing your life, right? So adrenal glands are going on a constant overdrive and leading to chronic stress. Chronic stress leads to high cortisol and low DHEA, and DHEA is your mother hormone, healing hormone, your reproduction, and all those good things, right? So that chronic stress is happening to most of us, and I see an epidemic of stress burnout in women who come in my practice, and I do the proper test and I show them what is going on. And literally, we are in the survival mode, and no wonder our
Right.
other thriving mode is not working, the healing is not working in the body.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, what was I talking about? I was talking about my protocol, okay? I just get too emotional when talking about these things, right?
But
Yeah,
I must say that like the way you explained this the brain thing and the adrenaline thing, it's really informative and it's really interesting to know for us as a as common I mean from non-science background. Because when you know these things, then only you will think how to cure it, or you must understand your body first.
exactly. Knowledge is power, and I'm glad that you're
Exactly.
resonating, Neha. It's making sense to you. Yeah, so this is the second step of the protocol. The third
Mm,
step of the protocol here, I do some detoxification. We are
mm,
actually detoxing the excess estrogen from the body,
right.
and the way we do it by supporting the liver pathways and elimination pathways. So you might know that we have four pathways of elimination which remove the acids and toxins from the body. So we
Mm,
work on that. We also work on your liver because your liver needs some enzymes for detoxification. Do you know that detoxification is a nutrient dependent process? In
mhm.
order to remove the acids from your body, toxins from
Right.
your body needs enzymes. It needs vitamin B, vitamin C, selenium, glutathione, indole 3 carbinol. There are a lot of things which your body needs.
Mhm.
Okay, so you have to eat for hormone nutrition. It's not like it's not about. I'm not trying to motivate you to go and buy some supplements. I'm just telling you that
Right.
you have to eat the foods which supply the body with these
Mm,
ingredients so that the liver can detoxify the um, toxins and acids and estrogen, and then the pathways of elimination can excrete it from the body. So
mhm.
here I do a little bit of detoxification, and the fourth part of the protocol is about your menstrual cycle. When you learn about your four phases of the menstrual cycle, do
Mm.
you know that there are four phases in your menstrual cycle?
Yes, yes. I mean, recently I read about all these things also.
Okay.
Mm.
So you might know that in each phase, we have a different hormone pattern operating. You literally have different hormones
Right.
in each phases of the cycle. So you have a different biochemistry, different neurochemistry, and
Mm.
you're a different person week over week. I can easily say that. Okay. And no wonder your moods are changing, your
Mm.
cravings are changing, your stamina is changing, and you might have noticed it if you're a sensitive woman.
Right.
Okay. So why do we do the same kind of things every day when we
Mm.
are different? So I also teach you on how to live according to each phase of the menstrual cycle, what kind of foods to eat, what kind of exercise to do, what kind of social needs we have. So all
Mm.
these things we want to align with the menstrual cycle, and it's laid out. The blueprint is in our menstrual cycle. If we
Mhm.
just follow that blueprint, we can not only become healthy in the short term, but we can actually live our best possible life in the long term.
Right, right. And also with period problems, I think there is one more issue. Like after 10 or 12 or 15 days of your periods, you some people or some females again gets the cramps in between the periods. I mean, after 10 to 12 days, maybe. So that's also a hormonal issue related to that.
Yeah, that some people get a little spotting and cramps. It is called mid-cycle bleeding or Mittelschmerz. It's
Mhm.
not normal in my experience. It's again a sign of hormone imbalance, and you should not ignore it. Come for proper testing.
Right, right. So now, Dr. Disha, moving on, PCOD, PCOS, thyroid, cysts. So these have become a common jargon nowadays. What has gone wrong because of which the prevalence of these have increased, and how this can be controlled? Like, is this reversible or remain as a permanent issue?
Yeah, like you rightly said, like more than ever in the history, we have an epidemic of hormone
Mm,
imbalances going on, polycystic ovaries, thyroid disease. All these things have become so common these days.
mm,
And one of the main reasons is chronic stress, which I think I already spoke to you about adrenal glands. So there are
right.
many reasons behind it. One of the reasons is chronic stress. The
Mm,
second very important reason is the environment. It's not easy for our ovaries today in 21st century
mm,
because the environment is bombarding us with so many chemicals. I mean,
right.
the chemicals is everywhere, and this part you will resonate with because this is also your domain.
Yeah.
So chemicals are everywhere in the food we eat, the water,
Exactly.
pesticides, the antibiotics, birth control pills, all these things are landing up in the water supply, plasticizers. And these
Right.
things are xenoestrogens. They are actually synthetic estrogens.
Mm.
And you might be aware, Neha, you are into this field, that we have so much xenoestrogen landing up in the water supply that the
Exactly.
fish, which determines its gender
Mm.
outside of the mother's womb, is all turning into female fish because there is so much estrogen in the water, and they
Mm.
are all changing into female gender.
Okay. These are
So
the thing I didn't know that
this
about
is
it.
a major environmental thing. You may want to read about
Mm.
it. So this is happening to us, and even our cleaning supplies, even your toothpaste, or for that matter, or even your cosmetic products. So what you're putting on your skin, everything is putting more synthetic estrogen in the body.
Mm.
And that is the reason so many women are having issues. And
Mm.
another reason I also feel is we are kind of getting disconnected from our feminine energy in the patriarchal society. We are trying to be like men and trying to do things like men. And there is a role for that. I think the feminist movement was very important. Because of that only we got our rights and all the good things happened. But at certain point, I think we have taken it too far, because we do not have hormones like men. Okay, they have 16 times more testosterone than us. Okay,
Right.
and we are trying to do everything, and trying to work outside also, and managing house, kid,
Mm-hmm.
things are pulling us in all directions. And
Right.
we are, more and more women are getting disconnected from their feminine energy and their
Mm.
feminine intelligence, and we are not honoring our menstrual cycle. We are trying to live in the patriarchal society, doing the things what
Mm-hmm.
the way men are doing. So this is also one of the major factors which is burning off our adrenal glands and which is creating stress in our body. So these are the main reasons that we have, more than ever in the history, we have people suffering. But
Mm.
the good news is that this is not a permanent situation. And if you are aware, if you are conscious, and if you are ready, if you are really willing to heal yourself, you can completely turn this around, and you can actually not only heal your PCOS, you can actually use your PCOS to your advantage.
Okay.
By the way, do you know that PCOS is an evolutionary advantage?
No.
Uh, okay, so it's
Mm-hmm.
actually, those of us with
How?
PCOS, we have a warrior DNA, we have a warrior gene, and we are designed to be born leaders, and we are designed to be out in nature and during endurance activities and in the sunshine. We are not designed to eat a lot of processed foods and
Mm-hmm.
grains and stuff like that. So if you're completely open to giving up on that conditioning, and if you are willing to align your hormones back into harmony, you can completely reverse your PCOS, and you can get rid of whatever issues you have, thyroid issues, infertility issues. And hundreds of women have done that. If you go to my website and read the success stories, there's so many
I
women who have put up their pictures and their beautiful stories
mm.
on their journey. On It's not easy to go online and talk about your periods, okay? But these
Exactly.
women, when they, like I told you, when you heal, you become a different person.
Mm-hmm.
You get so much courage to speak your truth.
Mm.
That's what healing does to you. So it is completely curable in my experience. And but again, I cannot heal you. You can heal yourself. I can only show you the way. I'm here only to help women who are ready to heal. I feel that a part of me has healed when one of my clients
Right.
overcomes her issues. And like I told you, this healing is physical healing is not even the best part.
Mm.
The inner transformation, the mental emotional healing. When I
Right.
see women, they when they heal their hormones, I mean, something beautiful happens to them. They come out of toxic relationships. They quit soul
Mm.
sucking jobs. They start doing their passion and purpose in life. They start speaking their truth. They start doing things for the betterment of community, society, and the world at large.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most beautiful part of my work. And when I see a woman transforming, I feel a part of me has healed. And I'm sure my soul has come on earth to do this work. It like so resonates with me.
So lovely. So related to pregnancy again, it's being said that normal delivery is good for health of baby and mother, and operated delivery impacts negatively. So is it true?
So see, anything normal is very good. It's like it's wonderful if you can deliver normally.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that women these days are not very healthy. For normal delivery, you need a lot of strength
Mm-hmm.
and you need a very good hormonal balance, and your joint should be flexible and your baby should be strong.
Mm-hmm.
Weak babies are not able to.
Uh-huh.
This is a very difficult journey, by the way. The normal delivery journey is very difficult on the baby. And the weak babies, the mm, preterm babies, the growth retarded babies, and all, we do not even try a normal delivery on
Mhm.
them because it can be a disaster for them. Okay.
Right.
So many babies are not able to travel this journey. Their heartbeat starts coming down, and many people end up in an emergency section. So it
Mm-hmm.
again depends on the health of the mother and the
Mm-hmm.
health of the baby. See, if you're a extremely healthy woman, you should be able to deliver normally and you should not need any assistance. And that's how your body is designed to be. But in 21st century, most of the women are not so healthy. Okay, they
Mm-hmm.
are not. Their babies may not be so healthy. Babies are these days are have sometimes have growth restriction, retardation, and some kind of babies have gestational diabetes and stuff like that going on. So all these things reduce your chances of a normal delivery. You come into the category of a high risk pregnancy, and doctors also do not want to take the risk. There is so much
Right.
litigation involved if something goes wrong. Having said that, technology is important, Neha. Like, there is a
Mm-hmm.
role of cesarean section, and it's not that cesarean will scar you for life. I have had two cesarean deliveries, and I am leading a good life. Don't have any kind of pain anywhere in the body because I have taken care of my body in a certain way.
Right. Right.
And you may be surprised to see that my clients who undergo cesarean, they do not have any kind of back pain. In fact, I would love to show you the one of my clients, Pooja Kuntal. She recovered from autoimmune disease with my protocol, and she's into yoga. And within 3 months, I did her cesarean because we couldn't do the normal delivery for some reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And within 3 months of her cesarean, she was popping into like some inverted yoga poses and stuff like that, very funky stuff. And she has put that picture on my website. So you definitely want to go and check that out, that what a woman can do within
Mm-hmm.
3 months of her cesarean delivery. And she was not some lucky genetics kind of thing. She was coming from a background of full blown autoimmune thyroid, worked with me for a long time, healed it, got a natural pregnancy. We both tried a lot for normal delivery because both of us are crazy for that. But for some reason we couldn't, and she delivered by c-section. Even I had c-sections, and I'm thankful that, thank god for technology, that we have technology that in case it is required. So
Okay.
but if you know how to heal your body, how to take care of your hormones, your body can heal. Your body knows how to heal, and it should be a thing of the past. It should not be a thing that I have seen women complaining throughout their lives that, oh, I got that cesarean done and now I have a back pain for throughout my life. This is a sign of unhealthy body.
Mm-hmm. Even I think even if you are having a normal delivery,
Yeah.
you can have a back pain. That depends like how you have carried it and all those things, right? So good to know all these things. So talking about good health to end our session. So what health practices in terms of food or exercise can make women healthy? Some tips from you.
I think for a woman to remain healthy, the biggest act of our generation could be to honor our periods and our femininity,
Mm-hmm.
and stop doing things like men are doing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we have to reconnect with our menstrual cycle. There is no shortcut to that. You want to know about your cycle, and you want to know the phases of the menstrual cycle and how to live and work out according to the phases. So it's not possible for me to go in depth, but I will tell you in short. So in the first two phases of the menstrual cycle after your period, which is the follicular phase and ovulation phase, this is
Mm-hmm.
the time when you can eat more raw foods. If you
Okay.
are doing any kind of diet, means, if you're doing keto or vegan or whatever you're doing, you can do like strictly. But when it comes to the luteal phase, which is the 1 week before your period cycle, that is the time you want to relax these diets and ease into gentle exercises. So after your periods 2 weeks, you can do strict diets, you can do a lot of exercise, cardio, HIIT, intense training, whatever you want. But when it comes to the PMS week, you want to eat more warming foods, more cooked foods, and you
Mm-hmm.
also don't want to do any kind of fasting, and all in this luteal phase, it can throw your hormones out of alignment, and it can even cause stress on your adrenal glands. And this is the time to do some gentle form of activity like yoga or Pilates or something like that. And so I have written many blogs on that. You can check that on my website. This is the biggest secret of health for women in my experience.
Thank you for sharing all your thoughts and the knowledge base which you have shared today. It's been amazing to have you on Vahniyata Vlogs, because I got to know so much things which I didn't know, and have some clarity on different kind of thoughts regarding women's health. And I think what you are doing is, I would say, not only as a doctor, but as a woman, what you are doing for other women, that's really commendable. And, that's really amazing. So hats off to you and more power to you, that you can reach more and more women. And I think what is lacking in women still now also in 21st century, that we are not aware of many things which we should have been, and we are not open about some things which we should do. So in that way, we can only heal our body and not depend on, someone will come and take care of you. You should take charge of your own health and heal yourself.
Correct, Neha, but knowledge is power, and you want to know get the right kind of information, because there is so much information on the internet. There's literally information overload.
Exactly.
So you want to not consume the information which is designed for men. And by the way, there is very less research done on women. You might be aware that women are underrepresented in healthcare research, and most of the studies are done on men, because when they started doing research, they keep women out because they have a period cycle and all those complications. So they keep women out, and literally for research, young college graduates are taken, men. Okay, so you can't replicate those studies on women. You have to come up with something which can honor your femininity, and that is I'm doing this work. There are many women who are connecting back to their feminine roots and honoring the menstrual cycle and bringing this wisdom back.
Right. So lovely to chat with you today, and got to know a lot of things. And I would ask my viewers to, just connect with you in any case they want a true healing, right?
It's my pleasure to be here, Neha. And you can also download there are a lot of free resources on my website. So you can ask your viewers to download the free food guide, the Smart Girls Guide to Birth Control, and there's a free blog library. Like you can literally read about any topic you want. Right. And I love what you do, and keep doing your passion and spreading happiness. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Disha, to give time to this and talk to me here, and spreading the knowledge and the awareness on these things.
For more such conversations and finding your ability for sustainability, follow us, like us, and share your comments on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Spotify.